A young man standing in front of the main entrance was pulling a suitcase in one hand and carrying a huge cello bag on his back. He was looking at her and smiling with a mouthful of white teeth. That smile, pure without a trace of dirt, opened his mask and shouted, "Hi, I'm back." Sheng Anran was stunned for a moment, and then she smiled almost instantly. She ran out in her 10-centimeter high heels and pulled him inside. "Haha, why are you walking so fast?" "Anran, are you okay?" Zhuxi asked with concern. "What did you call me, you brat? Besides, you are also a bit famous in China. How can you go out without fear and get trapped there?" "Sister Anran, I was wrong." Zhuxi was 2 years younger than her, and he always called her sister, smiling playfully and liked to act like a spoiled child more than a child. "Forget it. Don't do that again. Come on, I'm home from work too. I'll treat you to dinner." Every time Zhuxi called her sister, she was helpless. "Wait!" The young man did not let her go. He suddenly took her hand and pulled her into his arms. "Charge, my battery is dead after sitting on the plane for over 40 hours. Let me hold you for a while." "You are so old, why are you still like a child?" Sheng Anran struggled. The boy lay on her shoulder and shook his body like a spoiled child, his pleasant voice close to her ear. "Sheng Anran? Manager Sheng, don't you want to introduce him to me?" Hearing this, Sheng Anran subconsciously turned around and saw someone coming out of the elevator door. It was Yu Nancheng. "Mr. Yu?" Sheng Anran got angry and pushed Zhuxi away. "This is my little brother Zhuxi. Zhuxi, this is Mr. Yu," Sheng Anran explained to Yu Nancheng. Zhuxi waved his hand with a smiling face. "Hello, Mr. Yu. Your brother's last name is Xiao?" He had not heard of the Sheng family having a son. The reason is quite complicated." Zhuxi pulled Sheng Anran's arm, leaned over naturally, and changed the subject. "Anran, you said you got off work. Let's quickly pack. Let's go find Xing Xing." "Mr. Yu, I'll go first." "By the way, where do you live now? I just came back to China and have no place to stay." "Sister, please, take me in." "Your company didn't book a hotel for you?" "I terminated the contract and just paid the fine. I'm a bit poor now." "What does it mean to take him in?" When Yu Nancheng heard that Sheng Anran was leaving, he immediately became unhappy. Zhuxi put his arm around her shoulder and left, leaving Yu Nancheng standing with thoughts that only Yu Nancheng knew. The two people entered the break room. In Yu Nancheng's perspective, they were like a happy couple. Yu Nancheng stood there for a few seconds before coming to his senses. He frowned and followed them and said, "Wait." Seeing this, Yu Nancheng felt as if a huge stone was blocking his heart. He felt inexplicably stuffy in his chest and said unhappily, "I will take you there." "Huh? That's not necessary. I will also pick up Jingxi. It's just a coincidence." Since Zhuxi was already known, it would be safer to leave directly from the garage. "Then I will trouble you, Mr. Yu." "Where's your brother?" On the way to pick up Sheng Xiaoxing, Zhuxi was seen hiding in the plants. He wasn't very comfortable. He is a public figure. It would be more uncomfortable for him to stay in your house. "Don't worry, Mr. Yu, the neighborhood where I live is quite remote. Or rather, not conspicuous." "Mommy, Uncle Yu!" Just after waiting at the kindergarten gate for a while, school was over and a figure shot out like a rocket, and then Sheng Anran's legs tightened. Sheng Xiaoxing hugged her legs, looking delighted. Sheng Anran's body was almost dazed by Xing Xing's collision. Yu Nancheng, who saw that, was worried, so he took the initiative to grab her. On the other hand, Yu Nancheng's movements were a little slower, but it was also clear that he was trying to hold it back. Unfortunately, Sheng Anran was able to hold her body back upright before Yu Nancheng's hand could touch her body, so Yu Nancheng could only pull his hand back. Sheng Xiaoxing looked very happy, hugged Sheng Anran's leg, and asked, "Mommy, are we going to Uncle Yu's house to play today?" "Not today. We have guests today." Sheng Xiaoxing frowned and looked at her. "Guest? Xing Xing, do you miss me?" Just as she was about to ask, Zhuxi's voice came from the grass. "Brew there! I miss you so much!" "Brother, please don't leave when you come back this time. We haven't seen each other for a long time." Sheng Xiaoxing screamed and threw herself into Zhuxi's arms. Zhuxi laughed and picked her up, causing her to giggle. "No, your mother promised me to stay with you." Zhuxi blinked at Sheng Xiaoxing. Seeing this, Yu Jingxi desperately pulled at Yu Nancheng's clothes, extremely anxious. Yu Nancheng just looked down at him, his voice a little cold. Jingxi, it seems that you can't play with Xing today. They have more important guests. The sudden sadness hit Yu Jingxi hard and his face fell a little and he pouted. Sheng Xiaoxing thought about Uncle Yu's reaction and her big eyes started to roll around again. Mommy and Uncle Yu have been living together for so long and there has been no progress. It seems like we need to add fuel to the fire. By the way, Brother Jingxi, why don't you and Uncle Yu come to our house and play together? During the stalemate, Sheng Xiaoxing suddenly remembered something and clapped her hands. Sheng Anran wanted to object about how she felt uncomfortable inviting her boss, but Yu Nancheng had interrupted her. No? Okay. What's wrong? Does Manager Sheng not welcome us? I thought we had a good relationship. Sheng Anran glanced at her, feeling somewhat helpless. No. Welcome. I really welcome you. Sis Anran, isn't Mr. Yu your boss? Isn't it a bit strange to bring a child to visit a subordinate's house? Given my relationship with Manager Sheng, I'm sure he won't mind. Yu Nancheng smiled, and when he looked at Zhuxi, a hint of wariness flashed across his eyes. In addition, a national star becomes homeless due to the expiration of his contract, it seems. That's even stranger.